Welcome, friends. I do have a video of a few projects I completed using thrifted purchases from local thrift stores and Goodwill. But first, I wanted to share a little bit of the blessings we got in the San Antonio area with a little rain earlier in the week. If you look closely, you can see one of my little friends here, a little frog, who's enjoying the rain and trying to catch a little roly-poly bug at the same time. But he's one of about 6 or 8 little frogs that I've been keeping watered and keeping an eye on during the hot, dry season we've had here in the San Antonio area. Now, I realize he's a toad and not a frog, but I got carried away there. And I also have a short footage of one of our cardinals, a female cardinal that comes to the bird bath and gets her drink of water. But so many of the little creatures and animals enjoyed the rain this week. So it was such a blessing to both get water for the plants and the grass, but also to watch the creatures in our yard enjoy the nice rain. And here's our little guy hopping away here. And I won't go into a lot of detail here because I want to get into the video, but I do have some good news and some changes coming up that I'll probably talk more about in the next video. But I couldn't start this video out without a few of my favorite things, a good cup of coffee, and my precious kitty bear. When I first saw this next item in the Goodwill store, I almost walked past it, but these colors, the pinks and the creamy colors and the tan, they always catch my eye. And so I gave it a second look and decided I could do something with it. The probably 1980s or 90s rose gold frame, just I thought would look a little better with a creamy ivory color. And then I did a wet distressing with a wet wipe, so that rose gold frame does show up a little bit just on the peaks of that. And have you ever been either halfway or almost at the end of a project and realize that you want to do something different than where you thought you were going to go with that project? Well, that was the case here. I was well on my way to painting the whole thing a chiffon cream color or a kind of an ivory. And I realized that the wood peeking through around the rim of this basket and on the handle was really the look that I would prefer. So I went back and grabbed my sandpaper, took off as much of the ivory color as I could on this top lip of the basket. And then I used a gel, kind of a dark brown gel, over the white, and it really gave it a wood grain look again. So you'll see later in the video how that turned out. This is a metal, almost a galvanized piece of decor that I painted with a chiffon cream chalk paint. And then I'm using Iron Orchid Designs or IOD paper clay molds here that I am fashioning myself. And what I'm doing here, of course, wearing gloves, and I really want to encourage you to do that because from the moisture in this paper clay and the glue that you'll be using to glue it to the piece of decor, that it really does take a toll on your fingertips. So wearing gloves is definitely the way to go. But use cornstarch in the mold that will keep the paper clay from sticking in the mold. And then just press this paper clay into the mold. I'm working on a little rabbit shape here to go beneath the roses that I've already put on there. And it's really pretty simple. I used just regular Elmer's glue here, just a clear version of that. And it works well. But you'll notice that I will continue to kind of check the pieces of paper clay once I've glued them to the decor, because as this paper clay dries, it has a tendency to curl outward. And so you want to keep coming back to it and kind of pressing down, especially the edges, so that the curl doesn't cause it to not adhere to the piece of decor. And if you paint this fairly quickly, it will prevent some of this, but it's so soft initially that I usually give it about 15 to 20 minutes before I start putting the paint on it, and then you can go back and put as many coats on it as you need to. There are several brands of paper clay on the market. Some you can get at Hobby Lobby, some on Amazon, some from IOD. This happens to be from Amazon. It's called Jovi, but you can also get a paper clay on Amazon called DAS or DAS. And to get these gloves off without contaminating your hands, just use an old nurse trick here where you pull one glove off, put it in the palm of the other glove, turn it inside out, and you never have to touch it. The chiffon cream paint that I'm using is shown here. It's, again, just an Amazon item, and really any chalk paint will probably work well. This does come fairly nicely sealed. I usually have to take a pair of pliers and remove these little metal clips that hold the lid on, but it really prevents it from spilling in the package. I will provide a link to my Amazon page where some of the supplies are listed that I'm using in the video. And this is a Crafter's Choice brush. It's just an artist brush. It does have natural bristles, and I do prefer this over the typical chalk painting brushes. This basket is another thing I found at Goodwill, and it was painted in sort of a semi-gloss green paint on the sides, and I used chalk paint on the entire basket and then covered it with a matte finish clear coat. This next piece is a galvanized tray that I painted, again, chiffon cream with Rust-Oleum chalk paint. Here I'm just trying to find the center on this to be able to use some of the Orchid Designs stamps and ink, and just make sure I get those centered. It sometimes helps to leave the backing on the stamps to prevent you getting ink from your fingers onto the design and onto the piece that you're putting the stamp on. I'm cleaning off my stamps with a baby wipe just to keep the ink from building up on the stamp. And when I finished, I did use a spray matte finish over the area where the designs are. I find that if I try to paint a clear coat over them or wax over them, it smears the ink. So it's just better to give it a thin coat of a matte clear spray top coat. I'm ready to put my stamps on this piece, but it's not quite dry in a few areas. So I'm using my DeWalt battery-operated heat gun, and I want to encourage you to get DeWalt if you purchase a heat gun, because the great thing about that is your batteries are interchangeable with other power tools that you have, and it cuts down on needing multiple chargers or batteries. This stamp kit is from Orchid Designs, and I will list the name of that in the description below the video, as well as an online dealer that sells these. Cindy Smith with Blue Star at Home sells these IOD products online, and I will link her website below. A few of the stamps are from Prima Redesigns, and those can be found on my Amazon page. I'm adding some roses in the corner on this design, and the stamp that I had was a little bigger than what I wanted to use, so I inked up only the portion that would fit in the corner. So it was just a couple of the roses and a few leaves on the outer edge of that, not the whole thing. You can kind of see here where I just concentrate the ink on the center of the stamp. And I did say at the beginning of this video that I have some news, and that news is related to my Carolina's Cottage channel. I have recently retired from my full-time job, and I'm so excited about it. I'm going to be doing my crafting full-time, and it's something that I just had to take a leap of faith on, but past time for doing that, and I'm so glad to have the time and the opportunity to focus on my YouTube channel, creating my crafts and selling. I'll be adding a new crafting component that I'll tell you about probably in the next video. But to help me grow this channel, I want to ask you to click on the share button below the video. Send this video to 2 or 3 of your friends, and that will trigger the YouTube algorithm out to more viewers with similar tastes, and it's probably the biggest thing you could do to help me grow my channel. So I'd like to ask for your help in doing that. And now we'll get back to the rest of the crafting. I'm finishing up this medium-sized basket that you saw me sanding earlier. I've put the dark brown glaze trim over the band of the basket and the handle, and just added a burlap bow with a cute little satin floral piece that I ordered from Amazon. These were very simple projects and very inexpensive pieces that I picked up. I hope you enjoyed today's video and got some inspiration from my projects, and I encourage you to share this video with others, and I will see you in the next one.